Dave is unhappy. You see, sadly, Dave has a drinking problem. The particular drinking problem that Dave has is that he's got nothing to drink. Mind you, Dave is not the only person with nothing to drink. Suddenly, nobody seems to have anything to drink, and not a single person can figure out why. Except him. What's worse, this is at a wedding. That's right, a wedding with no alcohol. The guests are not pleased. Fortunately, at this wedding, there's an old lady. Now I know that old ladies are not renowned for their ability to produce large quantities of alcohol on demand, but this old lady has it covered. Since this task may involve heavy lifting, she does what any self-respecting woman would do under the circumstances, and asks a man to do the job for her. The particular man that she chooses is her eldest son. And she says to him, they have no more wine. Now, do you notice something there? Do you notice she didn't actually ask him to do anything? Now, I'm not saying all women do this. But it could be that sometimes a woman will ask you to do something without actually asking. And even though they don't ask you to do something, they will still expect you to do it. I mean, for instance, if you're sat at home, quietly watching YouTube videos, and your wife comes in and goes, "The shopping's in the boot of the car." Apparently, this is not just idle chatter. If you choose to go, "Oh, okay," and carry on watching YouTube videos, it turns out bad things can happen to you. Anyhow, back to the story. I don't know what this particular old lady was expecting to happen when she said they have no more wine to her eldest son, but I don't think she was expecting the response she got, because what the eldest son said was, "Woman, why do you involve me? This isn't my time." I'm just suggesting that maybe if you refer to your mum as just woman, things may go badly for you. I mean, some people can get away with it. He did. But I think the chances are unlikely, so don't take the risk. Now, when that son gives that particular reply, it does appear that the problem is back with the old lady. So she does what any self-respecting lady would do under the circumstances, and asks another group of men to do the job for her. And we know what's really irksome about the whole thing? They do! I mean, this stuff has been going on for centuries. Where's the equality? Who's standing up for men's rights? Anyhow, the men do what the women told them to do. Although, I got to be honest, they don't really help themselves here. You see, the eldest son's plan to solve the problem is to give the guests hand sanitizer to drink. And what's worse, this was a long time ago. In those days, hand sanitizer didn't even have alcohol in it. It was just water. Although, and I've got to be honest, quite impressed with the men here. Being men, they do the job properly. The elder son says to the others, "Go and find me 500 litres of hand sanitizer." Oh yeah, that's the way men do things. Even if it's just water, I don't care. 500 litres of hand sanitizer is a lot of hand sanitizer. So they do. They get the hand sanitizer. And then things go downhill. You see, the eldest son does something which no self-respecting man will do. Before he gives the hand sanitizer to people to drink, he goes and asks somebody if it's okay. I mean, what sort of a man does that? The particular man that he chooses to ask is the boss. Not his mum, the other boss. second in command after his mum. Now, this boss, when the eldest son gets the hand sanitizer to him, you can imagine his reaction. He immediately calls for the bridegroom. And he says, look, I'm aware that often people will give people the decent wine at the start, and then when they've had a bit too much to drink, will bring out the cheaper stuff. I understand that happens. But you, he says, you gave out the best wine first, and now you're giving out the most amazing, brilliant wine ever in history. I've never tasted anything so good. This stuff is fantastic. Because, of course, that old lady is Mary. The eldest son is Jesus. And this is a story of Jesus turning water into wine.